Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Langmitra. I'm Maria, your German teacher, and joining me today, as always, is our fantastic student, Devendra.
Hello, Maria. It's great to be back. I'm excited for today's lesson.
Wonderful to have you, Devendra. And a huge congratulations to all of you, and especially to you, Devendra, for successfully completing Module 4, Everyday Grammar Toolkit. You've truly built a robust foundation. In that module, we tackled the minimum grammar needed for daily life and travel, learning reusable patterns for word order, essential verbs, and common sentence structures. You've already learned so much, and you're forming sentences like a pro.
Thanks, Maria. It feels good to have that under my belt. I can definitely see how much my sentence construction has improved.
Absolutely. And now we're embarking on a brand new adventure with Module 5, Getting Around Town. This module is all about equipping you with the language skills to navigate any city in German. We'll cover everything from asking for directions to understanding responses, describing locations, and even talking about public transport. It's incredibly practical for anyone planning to travel or live in a German-speaking country.
That sounds incredibly useful, Maria. Getting around is always one of my biggest worries when I'm in a new city, especially when I don't speak the local language.
Exactly, Devendra. And that's why today's lesson, Your Urban Compass, German Direction Basics, is so crucial. We're going to build a solid foundation by mastering essential direction words, cardinal points, and location prepositions. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to ask where things are, understand basic directions, and even describe locations on a map. If you're new here and want a steady drip of these lessons, subscribe to Langmitra. We ship one a week.
Fantastic. I'm ready to learn how to tell my left from my right in German.
Excellent enthusiasm, Devendra. Let's dive right in. Our first set of words are fundamental. Imagine you're standing at a crossroads. You need to know left, right, and straight ahead. In German, left is links. Can you try saying that? Links. Perfect, Devendra. The I sound is short, like in sit, and the S at the end is like a Z sound. Links. Try it once more. Links. Excellent. Now, right is rechts. This one has a bit of a tricky ch sound, like the ch in lock or Bach, but try to make it softer, almost like you're clearing your throat gently. Rechts. Your turn. Rechts? Is that right? That was a really good attempt, Devendra. You got the R and the E perfectly. Just make sure the ch sound is a little more in the back of your throat. Not quite a k, but a soft friction sound. Think of the ch in Scottish lock. Rechts. Try it again, focusing on that soft ch. Okay, rechts. I think I felt it that time. Much better. You're getting better each time, Devendra. And finally, straight ahead is geradeaus. This one looks long, but it's pronounced quite smoothly. Geradeaus. The emphasis is on the second syllable. Geradeaus. Can you give it a go? Geradeaus. Let's pause here for a moment. Take a breath. Let those words settle.
Almost. You got the rhythm. Just make sure the R is a softer, almost rolled R sound, and the aus at the end is like house without the H. Geradeaus. Try it one more time.
Geradeaus.
Wonderful, Devendra. That was spot on. So we have links, meaning left, rechts, meaning right, and geradeaus, meaning straight ahead. These are your absolute essentials for basic navigation. We'll also cover hier for here and dort for there. Here is simple, like here in English, but with a slightly longer E sound, he-er. And dort is like door with a T at the end, dort.
Here, dort. Those seem much easier.
They are. Now let's practice putting these into simple phrases. A very common phrase you'll use is where is, which in German is wo ist, meaning pronounced wo ist. So if you want to ask where is the hotel, you'd say wo ist das Hotel, meaning wo ist das Hotel. Can you repeat wo ist das Hotel?
Wo ist das Hotel?
Excellent, Devendra. Now let's say the hotel is straight ahead. You could reply es ist geradeaus, meaning es ist geradeaus. It is straight ahead. Or it is here. Es ist hier. Now, Devendra, imagine you're asking me where is the train station, which is der Bahnhof. How would you ask that?
Wo ist der Bahnhof?
Perfect. And I might tell you, gehen Sie links, meaning gehen Sie links. That means go left. The gehen Sie part is the formal way to say go. So, Devendra, if I say gehen Sie rechts, what am I telling you to do?
You're telling me to go right. Gehen Sie rechts.
Precisely, you've got it. And if I say gehen Sie geradeaus, you go?
Straight ahead. Gehen Sie geradeaus.
Wonderful. You're building sentences already. Let's try a mini role play, Devendra. You're looking for a restaurant, das Restaurant. Ask me where it is.
Okay. Wo ist das Restaurant?
Very good. And I'll tell you, gehen Sie links, dann geradeaus. Es ist dort. What did I just tell you?
You said go left, then straight ahead. It is there.
Fantastic, Devendra. You understood the whole sequence. That's excellent progress. See, you're already navigating like a local. If this is helping you, a quick thumbs up sends it to more learners.
That's really encouraging, Maria. I feel much more confident with these basic commands.
You should be. Now let's expand our urban compass with some crucial prepositions that tell us where something is in relation to another object. These are incredibly important for giving more precise directions. We'll look at neben, meaning next to, hinter, meaning behind, vor, meaning in front of, and zwischen, meaning between.
Ah, prepositions. I remember these from English grammar, but they can be tricky in German, especially with cases.
You're absolutely right, Devendra. German prepositions are notorious for their cases, but for location, answering where, we almost always use the dative case. Don't worry too much about the grammatical term dative just yet. Just focus on the consistent endings for now. Let's practice the words first. Neben means next to or beside. Can you say neben? Neben. Excellent. Hinter means behind. Try hinter. Let's pause here for a moment. Take a breath. Let those words settle.
Perfect. Vor means in front of. Say vor.
Vor.
Great. And zwischen means between. Zwischen. Zwischen. Super, Devendra. You've got the pronunciation down. Now let's see them in action. If you want to say the cafe is next to the bank, you'd say das Café ist neben der Bank, meaning das Café ist neben der Bank. Notice der Bank instead of die Bank because of the dative case. For now, just remember that neben often pairs with der for feminine nouns.
So if I wanted to say the park is behind the museum, would it be der Park ist hinter dem Museum?
That's a fantastic example, Devendra. You've intuitively picked up on the pattern. Museum is neuter, so it becomes dem Museum in the dative. Der Park ist hinter dem Museum. Exactly right. You've just had an aha moment connecting it to how we locate things in English. It's similar, but German adds those little changes to the articles.
That makes sense. So it's about remembering how the article changes depending on the gender and the preposition.
Exactly, Devendra. And remember, for these location prepositions, it's almost always dative. You'll see the chart on screen now showing the article changes. This simplifies things a lot for beginners. Another useful phrase is die Ecke, meaning die Ecke, which means around the corner. Very handy. So, das Restaurant ist die Ecke. The restaurant is around the corner. Now, let's talk a little about culture, because language and culture are so intertwined, especially when it comes to directions. In many German-speaking cities, punctuality and precision are highly valued. This often translates into very clear, sometimes very detailed directions. Unlike some places where you might get a vague, it's over there somewhere, Germans tend to give quite specific instructions, sometimes even referring to street numbers or specific landmarks.
That's interesting, Maria. In my experience, sometimes people give directions using very specific local landmarks that only locals would know, which can be confusing.
Absolutely, Devendra. That happens everywhere. But in Germany, you might find people are more likely to also tell you the street name or even how many minutes it takes to walk. They also often use cardinal directions like north, south, east, west, especially in larger cities or when referring to larger areas. Nach Norden, meaning to the north. Nach Süden, meaning to the south. Nach Osten, meaning to
to the east, nach Westen, meaning to the west. You might hear something like, gehen Sie nach Osten, go east. This level of detail reflects a cultural value for clarity and efficiency. So it's not just left or right, but sometimes head north on this street for 2 blocks. That's good to know. It means I should pay close attention to all the details they give, precisely. And a quick tip, Germans are generally very helpful if you ask politely. Always start with entschuldigen Sie, meaning excuse me. The cultural note in the last 3 minutes is the part most learners get wrong, so great to cover it now. If you've made it this far, here's a bonus phrase. Geradeaus bis zur Kreuzung, meaning straight ahead until the intersection. Very useful. All right, Devendra, let's do a rapid-fire review of our key direction words and prepositions. I'll say the German word, and you tell me what it means and try to say it again. Let's pause here for a moment. Take a breath. Let those words settle.
Links, left, links. Perfect. Rechts, right, rechts. Excellent. Geradeaus, straight ahead, geradeaus. Fantastic. Neben, next to, neben. Great. Hinter, behind, hinter. Super. Now let's put it all together. Devendra, imagine you're asking for directions to the post office, die Post. And I tell you, gehen Sie geradeaus, dann links. Die Post ist neben dem Supermarkt. Meaning, the post office is next to the supermarket. What did I just tell you? Okay, gehen Sie geradeaus, go straight ahead. Dann links, then left. Die Post ist neben dem Supermarkt. The post office is next to the supermarket. Wow, Maria, I understood that whole sentence. You absolutely did, Devendra. Compare how you said rechts at the beginning versus now. Huge difference. Your pronunciation is getting so much clearer, and your comprehension is soaring. You're truly building your urban compass in German. It's challenging, but so rewarding, isn't it? It really is, Maria. It's amazing how much I've learned in just one lesson. I'm so proud of your progress, Devendra. Keep practicing these words and phrases. You can find all this vocabulary and more practice exercises in the Langmitra vocabulary section. For those of you watching, if today's cultural note about German precision and direction surprised you, drop it in the comments and share this with someone you know learning German. That wraps up our lesson on German direction basics. You've taken your first big step towards confidently navigating any German city. Keep practicing, keep exploring, and remember, every new word is a step closer to fluency. Thanks so much, Maria. I feel much better prepared for my next trip. You're very welcome, Devendra. In our next lesson, we'll build on this foundation by learning how to ask for and understand directions to specific places, like the train station, the museum, or the nearest cafe, and we'll introduce even more useful phrases for getting around by public transport. So get ready to expand your travel vocabulary even further. Until then, tschüss. Tschüss, Maria. Let's pause here for a moment. Take a breath. Let those words settle.
Before we recap, one quick ask. What worked for you in this lesson? What felt hard? And what topic should we teach next? Drop it in the comments. Your feedback shapes what we build next.
One language sets you in a corridor for life. Learn language with podcast. Subscribe.